back to my TikTok page. Welcome back to my Facebook page. Welcome back to my YouTube page. I'm Raymond Mutuku. It's 18th of November 2023, and as I promised you, it's Thirsty Saturdays, and I will give you money. Money. This is Kenyan money. I'm going to make your fresh breath. I'll give you fresh breath on Saturday. So I know you're thirsty, but stay tuned. If you're thirsty, I know you're thirsty, but stay tuned. So before we go on, I want to give you a small secret. And that secret is known as the stone soup story. So there were two, it's a Swedish folklore, and a folklore is a story that has been repeated from one generation passed down to another generation. And the story goes like this. There were two travelers who were moving from one town to another, but they were hungry. And they came up with a very bright idea. They just had one thing, a sufuria. So they placed the sufuria on the jiko, on a fire. And then they started, and they put hot water. They put a stone, actually, in the sufuria and some hot water. And so when people are curious, people would pass by and ask them, "What are you cooking? I'm very famished." Then the people would say, "We are cooking the best soup in this town. The best soup in this town. But we only need one thing." Then the passers-by would ask, what do you need? We just need some onions and some tomatoes. And once the soup is ready, we will call you. Because that thing was just a very small, very insignificant thing to ask. Of course, the person who was passing by would give them money to buy tomatoes and onions. Then they would put it aside. Then they continue adding water to the stone. Then when another person came by, they would tell them, "Wait, come. We are cooking the best soup in this town. We're cooking the best soup. We just want something small. What is it that you want? We just want you to give us maybe money just to buy carrots and sukuma wiki." Then the person, because it was just a very small request, the person would agree and give them money. They put it aside. Then the money then ikaendelea kuongezeka. Ikaendelea kuongezeka kama hii nawapatia tu kidogo kidogo. Nikikupatia 1,000 unaweka kando, nikikupatia 500 unaweka kando. Let's continue with the story. Another person would pass by, and then they would tell him, "Hey, come, kuja. Then the guy would ask, "What are you cooking here?" "We are cooking the best soup in town, but we need something small from you." Then the person would ask, "What do you want? Will I be part of that food? Will you give me some soup to eat?" Then they would say, "Yes. We just need a few 1 kg of meat, and once the soup is ready, we will call you and we'll have a big feast." Because it's something small, then the guy would say, "That is a very small request. Just 1 kg of meat. Okay, I'll give you even 3 kgs. I would leave 500. He would go. Once the soup is then they would promise him and say, "Once the soup is ready, we'll call you." Okay, fine. The guy would go. They would wait again. Come. We are cooking the best soup in town. We want you to be part. I want us to eat together. Once the soup is ready, you will get your share." Then the guy would ask, "What is it that?" But they would tell the guy, "But we need something small from you. We need something small from you." "And what is it that you need?" Then we just need 2 kgs of rice. 2 kgs of rice. "I'll give you 5 kgs. Then he would go. "Once the soup is ready, we will call you." Fine. The guy would go. Then the 2 guys would just wait, putting the money aside. Then the 5th person would come. Come. The guy would ask, "And why is it? What are you cooking?" Then the 2 travelers would tell the man, "We are cooking the best soup in town. We just need something small from you. What is it that you want? We just need to go and buy potatoes. Once the soup is ready, we are cooking, the best soup in town. Once the soup is ready, we will call you. Then the guy would ask, okay, potatoes is what you want. Okay, fine. I'll not only buy you potatoes, but I'll also buy you another crate of soda. Ah, wonderful. Then the guy would go leave money. He would leave money. Then these guys would put the money aside. They would wait. Their job is to wait. Then they would wait for the eighth person. The eighth person, come. They would call the person, come. Look, we are cooking the best soup in town. We just need something small from you. What is it that you need? We just want you to contribute, just something small. Anything but once you contribute, then we will call you once the soup is ready. Then the person would ask, what is it that you want? I'm willing to buy. Oh, you're willing to buy anything we want? Yes. Okay, we want us to buy matoke. Okay, fine. He would go to his pocket and buy the whole bunch and put it aside. And they would continue for that the whole day. So, at the end of the day, these people had collected a lot of money. These two people had collected a lot of money, prepared food for everybody, and everybody ate until they were satisfied. Wow. That's the best story. And I hope, and I've given that story for you, my viewer back at home, or from wherever you're watching me, to learn to learn something. And I told you, when you are with Raymond, you will always take something home. And I always tell people, and those people like going for drinks on Saturdays, sit down with people and talk. Don't be the first one to ask for a drink. No. Drinks will always come as long as the stories are good. That's something I've learned. Don't be the first one to say, buy me a drink. No. Sit there, talk, laugh, share stories, share experiences, and the drinks, believe me, they will flow like water. And everybody will go home happy. But what is the problem with Kenyans? The problem with Kenyans is that you don't even want to talk to somebody. You don't want. You don't want to even know you don't want to know the constitution of a person. You want to just get that drink and be on your way. And that is where Kenyans fail. Okay? These things that we want, I know many people want many things. We will only get them as long as there is cohesion, as long as there is peace, as long as there is understanding, as long as those fundamentals are there. All these other things are just by the way. They'll just flow. Okay? They'll just flow. So stay tuned as I will update you on the best news in town.